Honestly, if I didn't have my watch on right now, it'd be flying over the corner right now. It's like completely off. What is this, Bauer? What is this? What's going on, guys? I just recently picked up the 2X Pro protective gear, and although I'm doing a review on all of it, and that's coming out soon, I just wanted to give you a tidbit on the 2X Pro elbow pad and how I'm a little bit disappointed with it. Let's go check out, after I figure out this stupid strap and how loose it is, how I felt about it on the ice. Took this off so I could skate around a little bit and show you guys the mobility. Go over the elbow pad. Funny enough, I just brought one. I haven't skated in 8 weeks and been skating around with one elbow pad. But with the 2X Pro elbow pad, I'm really impressed with the three-piece design, but I can't stand this giant pointy elbow. Just for that reason, I probably wouldn't recommend it. It gets caught up in your jersey, and I don't know if you can tell, but I'm wearing one of the Shock Doctor elbow holders, and because it gets all talked up in here, it just falls down really easily because of this. So, for my humble opinion, I don't recommend this elbow pad. Back at the house, I started to get frustrated with it, testing it against another DX that I had, so I decided to review both at the same time. Clearly, the 2X Pro is just not that great. What the f is this? Like why? What? What's going on, guys? It's Justin, aka Boomer, from Beer League Bum Hockey Reviews, and today I got a different type of review for you. I've got elbow pads. And I was really interested in some top-end elbows, and I recently got the 2X Pro, and I just did not like them very much. I thought they were a little bit bulky, and as you can see, the elbow sticks way out, and it just weirdly looks not very symmetrical, and gets caught in my jersey. So the interesting thing is I heard that the Alpha DX was very well received and very high-end, so I just decided to pick one up. And as you can see, it's kind of similar. It's got the same kind of pointy elbow, but not nearly as bad. It's also more bulky and more protective. So after grabbing both of these elbow pads and throwing them on, holding them in jerseys, etc., I actually am going to recommend that most people don't need a top-end $180 elbow pad. And the reason is because they just go overkill. As you can see, the elbow here is so pointy that when you wear your jersey, it just catches on there and just totally messes this all up. Makes it very, very difficult to move your jersey. And on the 2X Pro, on this one, me just moving this right now, it's already sliding down, and I've always had that issue when it comes to elbow pads. The DX from Alpha and Warrior is much better. It's very secure, and this strapping system here is excellent in terms of holding everything together and protection, but it is a little bit over bulky. So I used to rock old versions of the 2S Pro, the 1X Lite, etc. And what I'm finding is that smaller elbow pads just work better for me, especially somebody like that's playing beer league, etc. And if you look at the NHL, most people actually are not rocking crazy elbow pads. A lot of people are wearing like Jofa, old RBK, like especially like Sidney Crosby and stuff. Those guys are wearing old elbow pads. It's because I think they're trying to get away from this type of thing. This is not on new, old elbow pad versions of those things. I don't know where this came from Bauer, but it's been going on for a while, and it's getting extremely annoying. So in terms of low-end elbow pads, this type of stuff doesn't really exist. So when I'm doing a review on elbow pads today, I'm actually going to recommend that most people don't buy top-end elbow pads. They go with the lower versions of these. When I was looking and comparing, not really noticing this when I purchased it, the 1X Lite that was still on special because there was some around, and the lower versions, they didn't have this. And it was much more streamlined and didn't catch the jersey. So I'm very disappointed in the top-end elbow pad market. You know, I like this DX, it's okay. It's definitely an upgrade on this, which just has the most weird strapping system ever. This is loose as hell. This just, like, you can literally just slide this down. Not so much with the DX, which is great. But Bauer's really missed the boat on their recent elbow pads. So let's break it down. 2X Pro. Very light. Very comfy elbow pad. It has the comfort edge and it's very, very comfortable. Problem is that there's no grip inside of here. There's nothing in here that keeps this from not moving around. And when I have it on my other arm, which is my shooting arm, this just falls down every time. It just comes right off. And it drives me the most nuts. And actually, you'll see in the video, I actually take a couple shots and I constantly am hitting my elbow pad to put it back in place. In terms of the strapping system, this is useless right here. This is a crap strapping system. It literally does absolutely nothing. It barely holds on there. And this one without grip across does nothing either. So from my perspective, the 2X Pro elbow pad is junk. It's garbage. I would not purchase it. I do not recommend anybody get it. I think it's extremely uncomfortable in your jersey with the giant elbow. And my verdict is it's a big fail. If you're gonna purchase an elbow pad and like the Vapor and like the extreme lightness of the Vapor, then I would go with the 1X Lite previous generation. The 2X Pro is junk. Moving on to the DX, which I feel is a definite upgrade over this, and definitely not as crazy with the elbow pointiness, has better protection. It stays on better because of the strapping system here, which is excellent. This strap actually does something, and these ones keep it on better. It also goes lower. It has a little bit more protection on the lower wrist here, so I like that. In terms of comfort, the sleeve is actually quite comfortable. I don't have straps ranked on myself, on my arms that are rubbing, and it's very, very comfy. Now, in terms of its size, it is bulky. So again, if you're not into big, bulky elbow pads, I don't recommend getting a top-end elbow pad. The other lower-end versions of these from Warrior and Bauer are going to be much more streamlined. So there you have it, guys. I do not recommend that you purchase the 2X Pro. I think it's junk. If you're looking at a top-end elbow pad, I definitely would go with the DX. It's an excellent elbow pad for a top-end elbow pad. But if you're the type of guy that doesn't want to spend $200 on elbow pads, they're just not anything special in terms of technical advancements that really matter. So you don't need to spend this on this type of equipment purchase. You can stick with the low end ones and you'll get just as much protection. What's going on, guys? Thanks for watching my video on 2X Pro elbow pads and of course slipping in the DX, just showing that it's a slightly better elbow pad and Bauer really missed the mark. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up that over the next week and a half, 2 weeks, I've got a couple stick videos coming out. I'm going to test the Trigger 5 Pro. Well, actually I already did test the Trigger 5 Pro, but I got to put that video together. And then I'm going out and I'm going to do a test with the new Project X from True and the AS3 Pro from CCM. And on top of that, I'm going to bring out all the sticks that I've already tested, the CCM FT3 Pro, the Trigger 5, the Geo, the AS3 Pro, and the Project X. I'm going to put them all onto a radar and see which one actually has the best shot power, which is all we care about when we're trying to score, is blowing one past the goalie, and see which one has the most miles per hour. So that's going to be a good video. So stay tuned for that in the next couple of weeks. It's going to be awesome. And hopefully here in BC, after February 5th, we actually get back on the ice. Fingers crossed for that, and I'll get you some game footage of me using the sticks and see which one I feel in the game situation is actually better. So thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe. And as always, go get some gear, spend some money, and stop being a beer league bum. Talk to you soon.